Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the basement. Welcome to the Duster Club. Horns up, okay, my fellow unicorns. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot of things going on. I got a little emotional earlier. I'll share that with you later in this video. A lot of things going on that are going to impact the future of Unicorn Fart Test. But the number one thing I want you to think about this that's going to impact the future of our community as dusters, as diamond hoof dusters, is you. And it's a big deal that you are here right now. Thank you. Please retweet this. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch us on TikTok. Watch us on Reddit. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. Guys, we are everywhere spreading the dust. And I know that you are doing something every day to help more people learn about UFD. And I'll just be honest with you. I got a little emotional this morning. I was looking at the Beanbase, big Operation Beanbase contest that Emma was doing. We're going to look at that earlier. And it made me think about us and about UFD. And I wrote this down. I was like, you know, we are good attracts good, right? We are like the meme coin in the community that's based on truth, honesty, fairness, inclusiveness, like open to everybody. And it just dawned on me as I looked at all these different entries that people had made into this contest, all the work, all the things going on out there, how many of us have poured our heart and soul into UFD. And I want to believe, and I do believe, and I ask you, do you believe that in the long run, right, this absolute special situation that we have right now will prove to be successful? That, you know, look, I made this as an experiment. I had no idea what I'm doing, okay? No idea what was going to happen. And can and will this experiment prove successful? Right? We're kind of like the United States. You hear that about the United States and the democracy. We're the first country that was ever kind of built this way, like an experiment. And that's what we are with UFD, but we're an experiment based on really true democratization, true honesty, true transparency. Look, I can look you in the eye and tell you that I've been absolutely transparent with you from day one. And all the leaders within the UFD community, that's what we pride ourselves on. So will it work, right? How successful, I guess, is a better question. How successful will we be? How high will we climb? Because I'll sit here and argue with any of you. Anybody, you want to argue? Come on, let's argue. Look, we can go and be as big or bigger than any other meme coin. We can be as big as any crypto, right? What's stopping us? Any crypto. We are a cryptocurrency meme coin. And remember, some of these other meme coins have market caps that are hundreds, if not thousands of times larger than where we are right now. But it's important for you to remember one thing. We are still very, very young. We are little baby unicorns, right? The UFD, we're only 5 months old. We're not even 6 months old, guys. So bear that in mind. We are still early. We are still in the nest. Right? We are still going through growing pains and learning, right? And in particular, right, because of the fact that we are a true decentralized, democratized situation. Very similar to how Bitcoin started, right? And a lot of people in the early days of Bitcoin, they're non-believers. Look, there's non-believers in UFD. There are people out there that are rooting against us, but there's a lot more people who are rooting for us. And I believe that we have unlimited potential as we go down the road. Now, my disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything. Don't make any financial decisions based on what I say. Of course, don't adopt a puppy, get engaged, don't do anything. Okay, always be responsible. And I do need to disclose to you, or would like to disclose to you, that when I talk about UFD, yeah, I'm like you. I have a horn on my head. Right? Feel your horn, dusters. Horns up. Hold on. Horns up, dusters, right? We've got a lot to be excited about, okay? Up to and including the fact that this week, and I owe you another apology, big apology When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Received a bunch of emails, a bunch of messages informing me that I did not make a big enough deal of our HTX listing earlier this week. So I'm going to make a big deal about it now. It was a big deal then. It is a big deal. Remember, guys, this is HTX. And now I kind of understand why everybody's yelling at me. Ron, this is a big deal. They have 1.7 million followers. Now, this is a major exchange in Asia. And if we remember correctly, earlier in the week, we learned this from HTX, right? New listing, right? Deposits open, and they're out there. They're putting us in tweets, right? There's UFD details below. Here, we'll click on this. Let's see what this brings up. HTX will list UFD in the innovation zone, and that was on May 12th. So a major deal. But what's even a bigger deal about that is, guys, I got a little secret for you. That all happened organically. That all happened because of you, because of the community, because of what we accomplished over the last 5 months. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. Last weekend, I was not on the phone with HTX. I was not on the phone with market makers or anything of that order. That happened completely organic, and we are very grateful. We tip our horns to our friends at HTX, and I apologize that I didn't make as big of a deal out of it as it truly was. But the biggest deal about that is it shows us that if we show up one hoof at a time, right? Are you diamond hooved? Do you know what diamond hooved means? Right? Are you a diamond hooved duster? We show up one hoof at a time, right? It's, I know what it feels like. It's 9 o'clock at night, or it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you think, I should tweet something about UFD. I should go watch I should go subscribe to the Unicorn Fart Dust YouTube channel. I could do this. And you make the decision to do it one hoof at a time to help spread the dust, because what we have is a great, great message to share. I got to turn Susie on. Excuse me. I need to turn on Susie. A great message to share with the world. We have something positive, something good, right? In the world of crypto, in the world in general. But doing that one little step at a time, right? That creates big things happening, like an HTX listing. We also got listed on Exchange.io. And let's not forget either, we aren't forgetting about our friends here in the West, right? With Kraken, we're on a tier 1 exchange. Now, that happened as a result of coming together of the community, right? These are the things that we have accomplished. These are the things that we can accomplish. These are the things that we will accomplish. But we got to remember the critical thing, the critical point, and that is that this is a community, a cryptocurrency based on goodness, based on good attracts good, based on honesty, integrity, transparency, fairness, and prosperity, right? This is an open playing book. It's the blockchain. It's all out there. Everybody gets a fair shot. Everybody. I know I've been hearing people talk about people manipulate the chart, blah, blah. I don't care. In the long run, right? Honesty, integrity. I need to blow off a little steam. You want to blow off a little steam with me? Fairness, that's going to win, because there's only 999 million beans that have ever been created. That's that line right there. This jar represents all the UFD tokens available in the world, okay? Each bean in there, you're one of them. Pick a bean. Oh, I think I see you. My favorite color's orange. I'll make you the orange bean, right? As we get more and more and more and more and more people that join us because we're about good attracts good. You guys got to be mad at me about that. I forget to talk about that enough also, right? This is good attracts good. This is fairness, honesty. This is a guy, right, who made this as an experiment, and then, oh my gosh, believe it or not, didn't try to rip people off and was just honest. Are we going to make it work, Dusters? Huh? I'm going to bang my hoof on the table. Are we going to make it work? I can't bang too hard. I'll loosen the connection and we'll have a technical problem. Are we? Huh? How high can we fill the jug? Because when we get about here, okay, when we get about right there, okay, there starts to be a little bit of a bean shortage. And when we get up here, there's a beanopoly. Now, look, I can't make predictions. I don't have a crystal ball, but I can guarantee one thing. When the supply of anything, including potentially unicorn fart dust beans, gets constricted, the laws of supply and demand dictate that the price should go up. Okay? And we something feels good about that. Okay, so we got Kraken. Let's go look at that. Let's run through. Now we're in hyper zone here, guys. Here we go. That was our friends at HTX. Thank you, HTX. We love you. Thank you. Welcome to all our new friends in Asia as well, because HTX is huge in Asia. I don't know, tens of millions of customers. Here is, look at this, from Kraken Pro. Kraken is tweeting this earlier in the week. Lucky number 7. Does anything on there look familiar to you? Huh? Oh, let's get it up on the full screen. Am I sharing this tab? Yes, there we go. Do you see anybody on there that looks familiar to you? I do. Over on the right-hand side, that's Kraken. The Kraken. Okay, next. And we're also on Exchange.io. That was the other listing that we got this week. Another listing, another exchange, bringing on 2 in 1 week. That's a big, big deal. But, all right, our next target. Here's a personal message for Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase. Brian, please pay attention to what the UFD community is saying to you. Right? Pay attention to the heart and soul that the community is putting into to get your attention. Pay attention to what is probably the shining horn, the shining light in the crypto world. Something different. Brian, something based on honesty, integrity, goodness, doing good. Pay attention, because there's only one unicorn fart dust. And right now, I want to draw your attention, our viewer, to the fact that today's your last day to enter Operation Beanbase. Emma, this got me emotional earlier. I'm not going to cry now because you don't pay me with your time to hear me cry. But today is the last day of Operation Beanbase, a contest where we are putting out memes to get the attention of Mr. Brian Armstrong. Brian, we're glad you're here watching with us today to get their attention so they realize the benefit that they could have by listing UFD. We're also interested in Robinhood, but Brian, right today in Coinbase, you are the apple of our eye. And I invite you, Brian, to come look at some of these memes that people are putting together. Today's the last day, Operation Beanbase. Get a meme together, put it together, reply to Emma's thread. You can win 10,000 beans, 5,000 beans, 2,000 beans, 500 beans, or a Ledger Flex. And let's just go through and look at some. Am I sharing this? Hold on. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Let's go through and look at some of these entries. There you are, Brian. What do you think, Mr. Armstrong? We love you. All right. There's another entry. Look at these entries. Look at this. As I was scrolling through these this morning, I just thought of all the people out there, all the dusters, and it's not just, look, not all of us have these artistic abilities, no doubt about it. Oh, this is a great one. That's the meme of the century, right? Win Lambo. All the people. By the way, I drive a 2012 Honda Odyssey minivan. The meme coin Avengers are ready. Look at that. That is awesome with Coinbase. We're ready. Okay. Look at this one. Next stop, Coinbase. I mean, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So, guys, don't forget. Oh, hey, there's a family photo. There we are, Dusters. What do you think? Bean Dip Mogul. Look at that. Look at that. And it just goes on and on. I don't know how many entries. Emma will probably give us a grand total. Emma Bowl, I apologize. Emma Bowl is working tirelessly on this. Here's one more piece of art I wanted to show you from Fruvik. Look at this. Okay. All right, Brian, we have your attention. Now you can list us. We promise we'll be good. Look back the last 5 months. We are the community that, and it's all over the world, that is having a movement based on very, very solid foundational principles: HIP, honesty, integrity, and prosperity. All right, let's go look at what's going on in the social world. This is what makes it happen, guys. And we'll start here. Okay, this was from Param. Number 3, baby. UFB will be the number 1 meme coin on Solana. There we are, right up there with Peanut. UFD is look, I mean, Fartcoin's not so far ahead of us. And here's another one from, I think, the Solana Post. Yeah, UFD climbs to number 3 in social dominance and mentions across the pump fund ecosystem. That's per Lunar Crush, right? We're crushing it, guys. We are crushing it, and it will pay off. There's no doubt about it. Hey, look, I understand. I know, right? The price, and it's not just us, like the meme coin sector in general. You look at our peers, even though we don't like to compare ourselves, everybody kind of shot up, and now we pulled back a little bit. Look, nothing goes straight up. I can't make any guarantees about what goes where, what happens, but I can guarantee a couple things. Number 1, nothing ever goes straight up. I can guarantee, right? So you'll go up, you'll come back, you'll go up, you'll come back. Anything that has gone up, look at any stock chart, Apple, Nvidia, anything, okay? It goes up, it comes back, it goes up. The critical thing is that we want to continue on an upward trajectory. Again, no crystal ball. What I can guarantee you are 2 things. Number 1, we've gotten where we are, okay, right now, which is a lot better place than we were, let's say, 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, because of you, because of the NFT projects, because of DJ, because of your work that you're putting in, because you're telling your friends, your mothers, whatever. That's one thing we can guarantee. The other thing I guarantee is if and as right now, today, we show up day by day by day by day, continue to spread a message of good, a message of fairness, a message of transparency, integrity, honesty, we will continue to attract more and more people, and we will continue to forge a community that will go places. Here's the other thing I wanted to show you. There's a way you can track, and maybe Emma can explain this more to the community. Hold on here. Yep, we got it. Okay. So this was from Emma. Even if you're a small account, you can contribute enormously to UFD. I have barely 1,400 followers, yet Lunar Crush Analytics says I'm a regular top contributor to UFD's social stats. So there's a way that you can track. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm at number 2. Emma's on there. Dark Duster, Sarah, Coincraft, and the Burger Man is there as well. But I looked at this down here, trending cryptocurrencies. Okay, this says cryptocurrencies. Wait, see if I can show you this. I thought this was interesting. How do we get this to go down? Hold on a second here. All right, well, I'll do it over here. Okay, Doge is number 1. Pepe, Trump's up there. Fartcoin. I wonder if UFD's on this list anywhere. Oh, there we are, right here. Guys, we are number, let's draw a pretty red circle around us, right? We are number 18. See that right there on the list. Now, who's above us? Right? Let's look at who are, right? Peanut, Tashi, Apecoin, Troll. Oh, shoot. Thank you, Susie. What the heck happened? Did that happen when Okay, I see what happened. Sorry about that, guys. So this is the screen that shows the most active cryptocurrencies. But I believe these are meme coins. And again, we're down here. We are number 18. And above us, right, are coins that, again, for the most part, are going to have market caps which are sometimes as much as hundreds times larger than we are now. Let's watch something fun here, guys, and then we're going to do Duster of the Day. And so I was wondering what DJ Littimus did before he went on live on the before. There's Keith Grossman. Good morning, Keith. Awesome. From MoonPay. But I was wondering what DJ Littimus, how he warmed up for his big shows. And I think we finally found out. We found this secret video of DJ before warming up before his set. And here he is. Watch him. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And yes, you landed it. Okay. All right, hold on here. All right, guys, we are back. All right, time to do hold on. Looks like we lost audio. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, please give me a 5x5 in the comments. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Let's do Duster of the Day, and then we're going to talk about, I forgot to warn you about this, breaking massive scary news, economic news. We're going to get to that, but first let's do Duster of the Day. Okay, thank you, Susie. Oh, hey, here's a great opportunity. For those of you who are new, this is my wife, Susie. She communicates with us via walkie-talkie. She's very helpful. She loves you. She loves the community. Let's all say hi to Susie. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, and we appreciate you. It's nice to talk to you today. We're going to do a high five for all the community members out there, okay?
Okay, good.
All right, guys. Her batteries are running low. All right, let's all give Susie high five, huh? High five. And how about a 3-second smile? That's when we all smile for 3 seconds. Feels good, doesn't it? Huh? Feels good to smile. I got to remind myself of that from time to time. All right, let's do the Duster of the Day. Today's Duster of the Day is World Blockchain Capital. He has been doing a great deal for the UFD community and his mom as well. I'm going to read you something here that he sent to us. He says, when I first saw your interview on the Paul Barron Network in mid-January, I knew UFD was something special. I immediately made my first purchase. Helped my boomer mother buy some too. On the day you shared bad news about your uncle, but still pushed through the stream, I decided we needed to double down. Yeah, that was like, probably 6 or 7 Saturdays ago. My uncle, I'll call him Uncle F, who I grew up with, he died on the operating table and was in intensive care then for 10 days. And actually my mom, I talked to her and I cried and broke down because I got the call when I was on the live stream, but he's actually doing better and he's home and starting to be able to move around a little bit. So that's great news. But I'll never forget that Saturday because I grew up with Uncle Fred. I decided we needed to double down. Even when my mom and I were in the green and had a chance to exit, we chose to stick it out and hold because we believe in you. The community's commitment to supporting you when your Phantom wallet was hacked. Yeah, that was another day that I cried. Along with your resilience through the mini bear market is the most inspiring thing I've ever seen. Know that the entire community loves you and your family, and we will stand by you through hell or high water. World and Mama World. Well, World and Mama World, you are the Duster of the Day, right? What a great message. And what a great reminder. I'll touch on that in a second, but I can't forget. Guys, everybody, do you feel your horn? Huh? Is there a horn up there? I feel my horn. Is your horn tingling? Look at what we've done. This is all Susie's fault. Your fault, too. Look at what we've created in this community. Do you feel your horn? Right? We're all part of it. Let's all rub horns. Yeah. The cheesiest thing in the world, but that's what us dusters do. 3-second smiles and we rub horns. Let's install the golden horn on World Blockchain. Man, it's getting heavy. Right? The horn's getting big. We got it. Here we go. And help me, guys. World Blockchain Capital, you are the Duster of the Day. A well-deserved honor for you and your mother. Enjoy your day, Duster of the Day. We appreciate you. And guys, is it special? Right? Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah. Gosh, I guess I don't realize. Right? Yeah, our Twitter got hacked. Okay. My Phantom wallet got drained. You know that. We went through a bear market. We know that. Is it easy to show up every day? No. It takes grit. It takes determination. It takes discipline. It takes honoring a commitment. All right. That's what you're doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now because we believe in something. We feel connected. We feel like we're in a community where we belong, where we're with like-minded people. Not like-minded on everything. We got conservative people, liberal people, people that are Christians, Buddhist, Islam, whatever. It doesn't matter. People that have my color skin, people that have darker color skin, people that have lighter colored skin, people with black hair, people with red hair. You know what I'm saying? But when we come here into UFD, all that gets set aside because we have a common goal, something we believe in: fairness, honesty, integrity, opportunity, right? Big opportunity. That the little guys, right, can persevere because the big guys are going to want to get in. The big guys, some of the big guys are in, but the longer we prove to everyone, right, that we are here, that we're not leaving, the crypto really does offer an opportunity, right, a fair and level playing field where people coming together, and that's you, that's me right now, can make a big difference, okay? Because the system out there feels like it's rigged against us. The mainstream system, it is rigged against us, right? But that's starting to have some problems. I got some scary economic news. The United States government had their credit rating slashed by Moody's on Friday. This is a big, big deal. There's like 3 big credit rating agencies in the United States. S&P is one of them. Fitch is another one, and Moody's. And I believe it was Moody's was the only one that had yet to downgrade the United States debt. And after the market, they always, by the way, they always put out this horrible type news on a Friday. If a news story comes out on a Friday after the stock market's closed, you can rest assured it's not a good story. I'm going to have a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to give you some scary details coming up. Okay, so let's dig into this so we know what is going on out there right now. And that's Mr. Stock Market, the guy that they always show. Just a couple quick tweets. Peter Tuchman said, breaking, Moody's downgrades the U.S. credit rating for the first time in history. Stocks are falling after hours on this. Not a great way to end a great week. Again, they always put this news out after the market closes. This from the Associated Press. Breaking, Moody's strips the U.S. government of top credit rating, says the president and lawmakers have failed to reverse rising debts. Now, I'm going to give you a very simple 1-minute explanation why this is the case. This is the U.S. debt clock. All right, we're going to highlight things that we don't normally highlight on here. And we're going to do that in, let's try this light blue color. Trying to find a good color that shows up on here. Here's the problem, guys. See this right here? U.S. federal spending. This is how much money our government spends every year. $7 trillion. Okay. This is how much money, this is the tax revenue. That's the green. That's how much money that our U.S. government brings in taxes. So they bring in $5 trillion. Oh, but they spend a little over $2 trillion more. And that is what, so you see that, right? That's what they spend, $7 trillion. That's what they bring in, $5 trillion. So I'm going to get rid of that for 1 second. So that $7 trillion that they bring in, that they spend is $2 trillion more. That is this. Okay. The U.S. federal budget deficit. Okay, that would be like you as a person or a family. If you brought in, just like the federal tax revenue, let's say your income for the year is $50,000, but you spend $70,000, right? You don't have to be Albert Eisenhower or have a degree in math from Harvard University to realize that that can't go on, right? You're spending more than you bring in, creating this deficit, $2 trillion. The deficit makes this number, which is the big, big, scary number, right? Almost 37 trillion, get bigger and bigger. But the scariest number of it all is down here, interest on debt, right? You see that? Okay. So as the government spends more than they bring in, that makes this number get bigger, right? The total debt level, like over the course of a year, just based on this alone, it's going to go up by another $2 trillion. We're going to be at 40 trillion before we know it. But this number, the actual debt level, makes the interest expense down here get bigger and bigger. And as this gets bigger, and we just crossed over to $1 trillion, we're spending more on interest alone, which we get nothing for, than we are on defense, right? I mean, it's crazy. But as that gets bigger, that makes the deficit get bigger. And as you can see, as these arrows indicate, this turns into a circle. That is called, okay, we just had bad tornadoes in St. Louis, horrible. My heart goes out. We had people die. But nonetheless, that turns into this, a debt spiral. Okay, that's what's going on. That's the issue. Sorry, it was longer than a minute. Let's go out here and see what the Silver Academy had to say about this. And Silver Academy, as predicted, the USA is a gnat's eyelash away from defaulting. That came from Reuters, another downgrade story about Moody's downgrading the United States. We've crossed the Rubicon of fiscal credibility. Moody's historic downgrade of the American credit rating system from AAA to AA1 isn't merely a technical adjustment. It's a flashing red siren about a debt crisis metastasizing beneath the surface of global markets. Scott Bessent, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, openly discussing extending maturities and slashing coupons on foreign-held debt. That means they're going to say, like, oh, instead of it being a 30-year bond, we'll make it into a 50-year bond or a 100-year bond. We'll just extend it and pretend it, okay? Washington isn't just flirting with default. It's engineering a slow-motion financial coup against the world economy. Now, Jeff Gundlach, right, from Double Line Capital, like one of the smartest, the bond king, Bob Moriarty, and even John Little, who writes this Silver Academy, call this a veiled default. They're underscoring what markets already know. A nation with 37 trillion in funded liabilities and 200 trillion in unfunded obligations cannot outrun math, right? Remember that right there. That's the key. Remember what I showed you on the U.S. debt clock, right? It's a scary, scary situation. You cannot outrun math, period. Mathematics show no forgiveness on the altar of truth. That basically means, hey, look, guys, right? 2 + 2 always equals 4. When you rack up too much debt, think about you as a person, as an individual. I've always preached. I don't give financial advice, but I do give financial advice when it comes to debt. Debt is typically bad. The only time you want to go into debt is if you are sure and you believe in yourself that whatever you're borrowing that money for, that you're going to be able to generate more money with it and be able to pay that debt off, right? Mathematics do not lie, right? You cannot, and the world is waking up to that. China is waking up to that. India is waking up to that. Japan is waking up to that. Even the Middle East, they know that when they look at the U.S. fiscal situation, we are in an untenable long-term predicament. And guys, they were supposed to, look, I'm all for always spend less than you bring in. That's a real simple way. You never will be in debt. You will never likely have any type of financial troubles. Okay. But when we look at that U.S. debt clock, and I know they said they were going to cut $2 trillion with the Doge thing. And I think now it's like, I don't know, 150 billion, which is great. I'm all for eliminating government waste, but they aren't really making big, serious headway. I don't want to be the town crier. I don't want to be, the sky is falling, but I do know how to work a calculator, right? And this is why life, I think there's two things on the average American, two things that are really making things difficult. Number one, the system is rigged against the average person. The system, the tax code, is set up to benefit the wealthy. You can't argue that point. Okay. The other thing is that as the dollar continues to lose its real value, right, because of all the debt, basically. And look, Ray Dalio says it. Okay, Ray Dalio is the guy. He's like one of the most successful billionaire hedge fund, Bridgewater Capital. Look it up. Smartest guy in the room. Super smart guy. Everybody, they're all saying it, right? That the U.S. situation is a big, big, big problem. So it's no wonder, especially younger people, right, trying to buy a house. Housing affordability has never been worse. People are looking outside of the TradFi, traditional finance system, for ways, right, to generate wealth, for ways to store their wealth. That's why silver and gold are going crazy. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I got to say thank you to my sponsor. I'm not done. Ledger. Aren't we lucky to have like the hardware wallet crypto security leader as our sponsor, right? As a sponsor of Ron's Basement. Thank you, Ledger, for your sponsorship. You guys know I use Ledger. They came to my rescue after the hack, helped me. I have a Ledger Flex. I use the Ledger Live app. I love it. Wonderful, wonderful. Great people, top tier people at Ledger. Thank you for the sponsorship, and our friends at MoonPay. Okay. They are the fintech, all these fancy terms I've learned in the last 6 months. They're the fintech leader. Big news this week from MoonPay with MasterCard and allowing payments through the MasterCard network with stable coins. A lot more to come on that. But we know that Ivan, the CEO at MoonPay, is leading that company to the moon. I mean, they are just doing some incredibly great things. And of course, MoonPay, they were my on-ramp into crypto, and they're the on-ramp into crypto for millions and millions of people. Think about it, guys. We got great, great sponsors, okay? Great sponsors. So people, does this include you, right? People are looking outside of the TradFi system. We know what's happening with the current administration in Washington, D.C. when it comes to crypto. Big changes. People are looking for ways to protect their wealth. Now, I've always said, I'm a gold and silver maxi. I'm a UFD maxi as well. Absolutely. Right. But I always said that's why people love silver and gold. Right. People in the silver and gold community, like me, before I learned about crypto, what they like about silver and gold is it's DeFi, decentralized finance. Right. There's no central authority that can control silver and gold or necessarily crypto. That's what crypto people love. That's what the Bitcoin, the people that were forging the path with Bitcoin. Right. This is decentralized finance. No one government has control. It's a blockchain, right? Unicorn Fart Dust is on the Solana blockchain, right? That's why people are moving, because they know when they look at the math of what's going on with the fiscal situation in the United States and with the dollar, right? It's scary. It's scary. I always said silver is the original form of cryptocurrency. That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. It's my basement, but it is, right? And now we have crypto, right? But silver was the original. Silver's the original DeFi, decentralized finance. Silver was money before gold was money. Check me on that, okay? All right, gold is also DeFi, no doubt about it. The gold price has skyrocketed, but silver is the original form of crypto. Right? Because no one government could control silver. Why do you think the pirates were burying it under the ground for all those years? And by the way, if you want to get silver, I put out a couple pieces of silver and gold oriented content every week on Ron's Basement YouTube. go check out First Mint, and they have a discount code, VIPRB, right? They're a mint in the United States, in Las Vegas, right? They owned by First Majestic. They dig the silver up in Mexico, send it to Las Vegas. They have their own mint, First Mint. Okay, just Google First Mint. They're owned by First Majestic, but they own the whole supply chain. Doesn't even go on to the COMEX or the LBMA. Very interesting. Anyway, back to the Pirates. The Pirates, right? They were into crypto. They buried it in the ground, no doubt about it. So as we move forward, we're going to get more and more stories like we got on Friday. The shocking news. Shocking. Really? Was it shocking? Okay, because S&P and Fitch had already downgraded the United States. Moody's was the last domino to fall, where we're going to get news that will continue to dilute, right, the value of the U.S. dollar. You can't just print something, right, and print it and print it and print it with no limit. There's no limit. There's no limit to how many dollars they can print. Okay, here. Haven't had him out for a couple weeks. Here he is. Everybody say hi to Jerome Powell, right? We love him. He's cute, isn't he? But you know what? He's got a problem on his hands because too much of this happened. They can print it and print it and print it. Yeah. Don't come to my house and ask if you can borrow some toilet paper. I'm not giving it to you. And anytime you print anything, okay, let me show you something interesting. This is $1, right? See, this is $1, right? Is it $1? I don't know. No, this is $1. This is $1. Paper. Anytime you can just print something ad nauseum, and you know it's mostly electronic now, and you know those statistics they show, like every day they print like a ship, I don't know, 20, or every year they print 26,000 shipping containers or the paper dollars. Anytime you can just print something over and over and over and over again, it's not going to be worth anything. It'd be like if I said, hey, I've got 100 Mickey Mantle baseball cards. That's all they ever made were 100 Mickey Mantle baseball cards. They'd be worth something, right? But then if I said, but I'm just going to print millions of them, they're not worth as much. It makes sense. That's why when we go back to this, oh, it's a special double. It's a big deal with UFD. It's limited, 999 million. Bitcoin will be limited, right? There's still a few more to be mined, right? Digital scarcity. And we're living in a digital world. You're going to tell me the digital things aren't worth anything anymore? What's the difference between this, a paper letter I get in the mail, and an email? Same thing, right? We're living in a digital world. All right, I digress. And by the way, I want to give you a full disclosure. I love my country. I love what the founding fathers set up for the country. I don't love the fiscal financial situation that our politicians, that's not a political statement. It's happened over a number of decades, independent of political parties, anything else, right? We got a lot of people that mismanaged our future and our children's futures, and that's why we are looking for ways to protect ourselves. We'll do it. We'll be okay. Hey, thanks for being here. Don't forget, share this, right? Press the retweet button on Twitter. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Okay, we appreciate you guys. Oh, wait a minute. By the way, everybody keeps asking me about this. We talked about those pirates. Don't forget, if you're looking for a way to bury some treasure in your yard, check out Dirty Man Safe. This thing is so cool. I love these things. It's a safe where you unscrew it. You know what's inside there, huh? Our old friend, the unicorn, safe and sound. But you can store any type valuable you want in this. Comes with a big sleeve. You dig a hole, put the sleeve in there. You lower this down in there, okay? You got a handle. You put that on top. You fill it back up with dirt. You're the only person who knows, okay? Check it out. It's interesting. Dirty Man Safe. If you have something that you want to maybe store, maybe you have a safety deposit box, maybe you have a vault, maybe you have a safe in your house, whatever. This is another option. Dirty Man, and they do have a code, Ron10. Thank you, guys. Okay. Appreciate you. You are important. Be good to yourself today. I'll do my best. Let's keep up the great work. Let's go, UFD. Okay, let's go. We're only 5 months old. Okay, we're only 5 months old, and look at what we have accomplished, and look at what we have coming for us down the road. It's going to be fun. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.